Alright, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson. Today I want to have a little bit of discussion about rising superstar Rena, better known usually just by her fighting name, Rena. So lately she has been fighting at a 112 catch weight. After going to the hospital last time she tried to make super atom weight, and that was at Rising 14. She was supposed to fight Samantha Jean-Francois. She was cutting weight and got sick, went to the hospital and got treated for dehydration and anemia. So her problem now is that she has very limited options fighting at 112 pound catch weight. Okay, most atom weights are going to be giving up too much weight, like Lindsey Van Zant did when she came over to Rising, and are only going to be making the trip just to get the chance to fight in Japan. Or it's too low for most straw weights to cut down to. A lot of straw weights nowadays, they struggle to make the 115 limit. A lot of bigger straw weights nowadays. So, thinking about this, what can Rena do? What are her options? I came up really with two choices. Now, the first choice is to move up to straw weight. Now she has less opponents necessarily available in Rising, but more fights internationally unless Rising can bring in these same fighters. She could fight in Invicta or Bellator, or like I said, Rising can try to sign more international fighters. But it's going to be hard because a lot of them are already signed elsewhere. Possible matchups include, first up, Carrie Melendez. So Carrie is only 4-0 in MMA, but she has a lifetime of kickboxing behind her. So that helps make up for the MMA experience differential because Rena is 10-3. Now Melendez fights in Bellator, and Rena has gone over to fight in Bellator before, but then again, Bellator has also sent fighters over to Rising, so this could happen either place. Another option, and this one looks one-sided as far as MMA records go, is Tiffany Van Soest. Now, Tiffany is only 1-2 in MMA, but again, she is an internationally known kickboxer. She is the current Glory champ. So, as far as striking battles go, that would be an amazing fight. Another one I'd like to see for the scrappiness is Suna David's daughter. Now, Suna's only 3-1 in MMA, but she's a tough fighter and she's scrappy. So that would be one that could happen in either Invicta or Rising. Invicta sent fighters to Rising before. Another matchup, and this is a tough one here, would be Emily Ducote. Emily Ducote is currently 8-6. She used to fight up at flyweight in Bellator. Now she's back down to strawweight, fighting at her more natural weight class. This would be a tough fight for Rena. I mean, this would be like one that truly tests her. And it would also be, I think it'd be a good battle on the feet as well. And then finally, Melissa Supermelly Martinez. So Martinez is 7-0. She is the new Combate Americas women's strawweight champion, and she is a very dangerous striker. So if you want to match up Rena with a fun striking battle, Supermelly is definitely one to do it, and Combate has sent fighters over to Rising before. Okay, so that's option one. Option number two for Rena would be to properly diet down to super atom weight to, stay more often in Rising. Now, less fights internationally at 108 pounds. Most atomweight divisions are firmly entrenched at 105. But it's easier for her to stay in Japan, which is where most of her fan base is, the vast majority of her fan base, really. So some possible matchups there. Well, first off, let's get this one right out of the way. The current Rising super atomweight champ, Sahi Ham. These two have a history. They fought before in shoot boxing, and Rena trains MMA out of the AACC gym, the same as Ayaka Hamasaki, who Ham just beat. So there's history there in more than one way, and it would be an exciting bout, in my opinion. Another one would be Ai Shimizu. Now, Ai is only 6-1 in MMA. She's a very tough wrestler, which would test Rena's ground game further. And there's some history there too, rise and love storylines. So Rena already beat Miyu Yamamoto once, and Ai trains out of Crazy B with Miyu. That's was her brother Kid Yamamoto's gym. That's where Ai trains out of. So there's some history there. Another possible matchup, Jin Yu Fry. Jin is currently 8-4. She is currently the Invicta champ. So Rena could go over and challenge an Invicta, or Jin could come back over to Ryzen again. So the storyline there would be that Jin is currently 0-2, fighting outside the US, so she could be trying to get redemption internationally. And on the other hand, Rena is 0-1, fighting outside of Japan in the US. So Rena could be trying to get redemption into fighting internationally. Another option is Ashley Cummins. Ashley is 7-4. She's the next challenger for Jin Yu Fry's Invicta Championship. Ashley's a very scrappy fighter. She's never fought internationally, but Rena could also go and fight in Invicta. And then finally, current Road FC fighter, also has fought in Japan several times, Jong-un Park. Park is currently 7-6-1. She's coming off a very good year for her. She went 3-1 in MMA. Also picked up a kickboxing bout that she won in 2019. So she's coming off a banner year for her. She last year, or no, sorry, 2018, she tried to beat Sahi Ham for the road title. Didn't go so well there, but that fight could happen in Road FC, or more likely it could happen in Ryzen, because Park would hardly be the first Road FC fighter to go fight there, because Ham is also signed to Road FC and they've sent other fighters before. Alright, so that's some options I came up with for what can Rena do in the future besides staying in that twilight zone of the 112-pound catch weights. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Of course, likes are always appreciated. And hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the best, fastest growing women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. And we'll see you next time.